We talked in January, made plans to meet after I got back from Goa. It was one of those conversations that feels settled. Not a maybe, not a someday, but a real plan between two people who always managed to find their way back to each other. I came back in March, called my friend, but I realized I was blocked from his social media. I tried his number, blocked there too. I remembered the exact feeling. It wasn't pain immediately, it was blankness. The kind of blankness that comes not from shock, but from complete incomprehension. When something happens that your mind simply cannot place into any category of logic. I had known this person for a long time. The friendship wasn't easy. There were things thrown at us from all directions, circumstances that should have pulled us apart. But we stayed, and in staying, we built something that I thought was solid. He was the person you called after your worst day, after your worst fight, after the kind of events that leave you feeling like the floor has gone from under you. He never asked for explanations, never crossed into your private space uninvited. He just sat beside you, physically or over a call, and maybe made you feel that the world was not ending, that it would somehow be okay. This is a rare thing, a person who is a place, safe, consistent, without condition. And then one day, between January and March, without a single moment of contact in between, that person was gone. No explanation, no fight, no last conversation, no goodbyes. Just a door, quietly and permanently shut. I spent months punishing myself, going over every memory, every word, every possible misstep. I'm an overthinker by nature, and I think he knew that, which made the silence feel more deliberate, though I will never know if it was. Eventually, you learn to carry things like this. You don't get over them, not completely. You just learn to live around them. The question moves from the front of your mind to a corner. You stop expecting an answer. You tell yourself you have made peace. But peace and closure are not the same thing. I know that now. 2 years later, I came across a book, Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I didn't read a review. I didn't look up for the plot. The title alone stopped me. It felt like it was reaching for something inside me that I hadn't touched in a while. I bought it on instinct. The way you sometimes reach for a book and feel, without being able to explain why, that it has something to tell you. It did. The story is set in a small basement cafe in Tokyo. It is not easy to find. Some say the cafe finds you. Inside, there is a chair, an ordinary looking chair, almost always occupied by a mysterious woman in a white dress who reads quietly and never looks up. You have to wait for her to leave, and when she does, you sit. A cup of coffee placed before you, and from that moment, you can travel through time. But the rules are absolute. You can only visit moments that took place inside the cafe itself. You cannot go anywhere else in the past or future, only back to this small underground room at a different point in time. You cannot change the present, no matter what you say, what you confess, what you beg for, what you resolve. When you return, the world will be exactly as you left it. Nothing shifts, nothing heals itself. The person who hurt you still hurts you. The loss remains a loss. And most critically, you must return before the coffee gets cold. If you don't, you will not be able to come back at all. You will become a ghost, trapped between times, visible only to those who sit in that same chair. Knowing all of this, knowing that nothing will change, knowing that the window is the length of one cup of coffee, people will sit. Why? The book gives us four answers. The first story is about Fumiko, a young woman whose boyfriend Goro announced, without warning, that he was moving to America. She had been too stunned to say what she felt. Too hurt, too proud, too unprepared. She sits in the chair and goes back to that moment, not to change his mind. She knows she cannot. She goes back simply to say, I love you. I wanted you to know that before you left. He leaves anyway. The present does not change. But she comes back with something she didn't have before. She said the thing that needed to be said. And it was said to the right person at the right moment, even if it changed nothing. The second story is about Kotake, a nurse whose husband is losing his memory to dementia. Every day, a little more of her disappears from behind his eyes. She travels back to a time when he still knew her face, still said her name the way he used to. She doesn't go to fix anything. She goes to be seen one more time by someone who truly saw her. The third story is about two sisters, Hirai and her sister, who died before they could repair what had broken between them. The unfinished conversation, the things said in anger that were never taken back. Hirai sits in the chair and goes back, not to undo the past, but to say what she never got to say. And the fourth story, the one that stayed with me longest, is about Kazu, the barista of the cafe, who sends everyone else through time but has never gone herself. She's pregnant. She doesn't know what kind of mother she will be. She travels forward to meet her child. Just once. Just to know that everything she is about to go through will have been worth it. The present does not change for any of them, but every single one of them comes back different. Not healed, not fixed, but lighter. In the way that you are lighter after you have finally said aloud the thing you have been carrying in silence. This is what I kept thinking about as I read. Closure is one of those words we misuse. We think closure means resolution. We think it means the other person sits down with us, explains themselves, apologize, and we shake hands and everything makes sense. We wait for closure to come from outside, from the person who left, from the explanation that never came, from the goodbye that was never said. But closure is not a gift someone else gives you. Mostly, it is something you make for yourself. I don't know why my friend left. I may never know. And I have come to understand, slowly, painfully, and not yet completely, that the not knowing is something that I have to live with rather than solve. That the question itself is not my punishment. That I am allowed to stop searching for what I did wrong, because some people live simply because they want to live. The book never says this in so many words, but every story inside it says it quietly between the lines. The chair cannot give you the answers, it can only give you a moment. What you do with that moment, what you choose to say, to feel, to finally release, that is entirely up to you. Your heart does not always want an explanation. Sometimes it just wants someone to say what you felt was real, what you lost was real. You did not imagine it, and you did not deserve it. And the person most capable of saying that to you is yourself. If someone walked out of your life without a proper goodbye, if a door closed without warning, and the silence that followed hurt more than any argument could have, this book is for you. Because sometimes you are the only guest at a farewell party, and there is nothing wrong with showing up for it. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is a small book, light prose. It reads almost like a fairy tale at first. A magical cafe, a mysterious chair, an impossible premise. But underneath the magic is something very true and very human. The weight of words left unsaid, and the courage it takes to finally say them, even if only to yourself. Read it slowly. Make yourself a cup of something warm, and don't worry about finishing before it gets cold. Some books find you at the exactly right moment. This one found me 2 years late and right on time, before the coffee gets cold.